Hi guys, it's Mrs. Jelly here. I'm going to talk to you today about the air potato plant that we have growing around our Beachland campus. I have a friend of mine, Mr. Williams, and he works for Florida Fish and Wildlife. He's going to go ahead and tell us what the air potato plant is, why it's taking over, and what can we do to manage it. Hi Mr. Williams, thanks for coming today.
Hi Diane.
So, can you point out the air potato plant for us, please?
Yeah, the air potato is this plant. It's a vine and has these leaves that are shaped like hearts. Once you learn what the leaves look like, you can't miss it. And it grows up on other plants, and you can see how it curls around the other plants. And eventually it'll choke all those other plants out. It'll smother them and take all the sunlight and all the resources, and you'll have nothing but air potato after so many years.
Wow. And how quickly does it grow?
Here in the summer it grows fast. I bet it grows several inches a day during the summer.
Oh wow.
And if we come back here next year, we'll see even more of it growing on these plants. And if we come back here in 3 years, this will probably be a wall of air potato plants.
Oh my gosh. How did it get here?
Well, it was introduced into Florida about 80 years ago, and it was brought here. They thought they were going to cultivate it, and it didn't work out the way they thought it would, and it began to spread and take over. So it's kind of arrived here in Vero Beach, coming up from the south. It was introduced further south in Florida, but it's been sort of expanding this way for a long time.
And why can't I just spray some pesticides on it to kill it?
Well, pesticides do kill it. There are chemicals that you can kill it with, but when you use chemicals on it, you end up killing all the plants that you want to keep as well. So this is a live oak, and that's a native plant. This is wild coffee, and it's a native plant. So we want to keep the native plants, but we want to get rid of the exotic invasive ones.
Excellent.
What it does, it's kind of funny because they don't flower at all. They just reproduce.
Well, it's a non-flowering plant.
That's a potato that's getting ready to, that'll drop off and it'll root and it'll become.
See, we learned about different types of reproduction of plants.
Yeah.
And this is a non-flowering.
It is, yeah.
Plant. Fascinating.
But it's super aggressive.
Look what I found here, Mr. Williams. These are those potatoes that you were just talking about, right?
That's right. These are the potatoes that the vines make, and they make them up in the air, and then they'll drop off and land on the ground, and they'll root, and each one of these will become a new plant, and that's how it spreads and reproduces. So this one dropped probably last year or so, so that's, you know,
and
it's
are those
real small.
edible?
Well, people thought they would be, and that's why they brought it to Florida, but it turns out it's got a chemical in it that makes it poisonous and unedible. So it came from Asia and North Africa. That's where it's native to. But if we let this grow for like the next 3 or 5 years, that would be this big.
Wow.
I've dug some in my yard that were like bigger than a softball.
And I think we've already released some of the beetles, so what's happening here?
Yeah, so a few weeks ago they released some beetles that have been brought to Florida just for the purpose of controlling these plants. And the beetles eat the leaves, and you can see the holes there where they've been eating these leaves. And that, you know, suppresses the plant, makes it not grow so fast. And it's one of the ways to fight the spread of the air potato plant.
All right. So, what did we learn today? What is an air potato plant? It is a vine with heart-shaped leaves. Why is it taking over? Because it grows so fast and it kills the indigenous plants that are there. How are we going to manage it? We are going to use beetles to eat the leaves so the leaves can no longer make food for the plant. That should take care of it. Well, Mr. Williams, thanks for your time today.
Oh, thanks, Diane.
And fins up for learning.
All right.